Hello, welcome to today's video. So this video is for you if you are a nail tech, if you do manicures and pedicures, or if you are a beauty therapist that does nails, manicures and pedicures, okay? So I kind of thought I would jump on and share with you some of the products that I used to use in my treatment. So this used to be a beauty treatment studio, okay, before it got revamped and I became a coach. And this was my original price list, okay? Obviously, like I've said lots of times before, it was branded with Neal in mind. Now, I used to offer a variety of treatments, and when I up-leveled my business by bringing in Neal I was actually able to increase my prices quite dramatically, okay? Which covered the cost of any product usage, but also made myself more money. Now, when I was doing manicures and pedicures, okay, and I used to do nails as well, wasn't really my thing, so I kind of got rid of them as quickly as I possibly could. I did used to use all of the Neal Remedies brand, as in the products, in those treatments that was possible, okay? And what I used to find was naturally, number one, I loved working with the product. So I knew as a therapist, a nail tech, whatever you want to call me, I knew that I was using the best products possible on my clients. The experience they had with the products, because they were all aromatherapy, remember at the heart of everything that I say, we're talking aromatherapy. So the essences, the aromas that all of the products give off, not only smell gorgeous, but they actually have an effect on us, okay? They can calm us, they can help us unwind, they can help us to relax, gain more clarity, get more clear-headed, feel uplifted, feel more awake, you know, whatever the oil, essential oil is benefiting us. So what I wanted to do was really kind of give you guys some ideas on the products you can use in your kit, and then products that you can over time introduce into your business to use on your client. So you get the benefit, your client gets the benefit, but also, most importantly, to encourage your client to purchase and use at home. So we all know as working therapists or nails techs that the idea of like somebody coming every 4 to 6 weeks to visit us for a treatment, fantastic, but actually what really kind of ramps up their results is by continuing that treatment at home. And that's normally in the form of a couple of products they can use at home to supplement the results they're getting coming to us and seeing us as a professional. So this is really where your selling can come in, and you don't actually need to sell. I'm not going to sit here and say you need to have a certain type of conversation, because you don't. You will find your own way, but normally what happens is the product will actually sell itself. Okay, so for example, if you are using a product and you are enjoying the essence, you'll probably go, oh my God, it smells so lovely. I love using this product. It smells delicious. And you'll probably find that your client will go, oh, yeah, that does smell quite good. Oh, it smells lovely. My hands smell gorgeous. So they start to fall in love with the fragrance. And if they don't purchase on the first time, what they will start to do is every time they come, they'll be looking forward and they will almost be prepared for the fragrance. Their experience is part of the fragrance. So as they kind of come in, have their nails done and what have you, their experience is also sitting there and chilling because the essential oils are so fantastic. And over time, the questions will start to come, you know, what is this? And is this something I can purchase? Or I notice you've got some products over there on your display. Can I have a little look? Do you have any of these in stock? Okay, and there your product gets sold. Okay, so it's really, really simple to sell Neal Remedies without actually having to sell. All right, so the products that you'll get, I'm going to use the £50 starter kit as a guide because you get a lot more in the 95, but I'm going to use the 50 because it's the more minimum kit, but we're going to play with the products in there. So in that kit, you actually get the Hand Defense Hand Rub, okay, which is a sanitizer, and you get the Wild Rose hand cream. So you get two really good products. Now they are products that you can literally put straight onto your nail bar and use as soon as your kit arrives. So how do you use them? So We all know, especially after we've just been through a pandemic, we all know the importance of sanitizing our hands, our clients' hands, our equipment, etc., etc. Okay, so obviously before you start the treatment, you sanitize your hands, you sanitize your clients' hands, and you use the product. It smells gorgeous, okay, and that is the first step, and then the product sits right in front of them on your nail bar. Okay, so you've used it, they can smell it, they can feel it, and they can see it. Okay, you do your treatment, whatever that is. You know, you could be doing infills, new set, a manicure, French polish, what have you, and then when you finish, providing you haven't got wet polish on your hands or on the client's hands, for example, you can do a really nice hand massage. Now, in a manicure, you do that as part of a manicure anyway. But if you're doing kind of a polish, you might want to do that pre-doing the polish. So you'd need to squeak the nails and so forth. I don't need to teach you how to suck eggs. But you can do a really nice hand and wrist or even arm. I mean, my massages went up to the elbow, because that is how I was trained, because obviously the muscles are all interconnected into the wrist, and then we have the hand. So you could then use the hand cream as kind of almost like your last point of the treatment. So when the client gets up to leave, they've had a really lovely treatment. They've had, you know, whatever they booked in for done, polish, just a normal manicure, maybe a gel manicure, what have you. And their hands look really well conditioned because you've kind of finished with a really nourishing treatment. Plus, they smell gorgeous. So they're going to walk away with the essence. They're going to walk away with the aromatherapy smells very, very close to hand, quite literally. So when you've got the starter kit that's £50, you've got 2 products straight away that you can start to use and, in theory, start to retail. Okay. Also, if you are working as a nail tech, beauty therapist doing manicures, pedicures, we all know about setting the tone and the ambience for our room. You will see up there, that is my very old Neal diffuser. We do have more diffusers now. That is normally on. It was always on in the background. Even if I didn't put an oil in it, if I just filled it up with water and I wanted to use it more kind of from that perspective, a humidifier kind of perspective, to add a little bit of water into the air, because this is a wooden studio and it can get quite dry in here sometimes. So it would either have oil in it or it wouldn't. And it creates an ambience and light. And some of our diffusers do that, as you can see, that changes. I need to kind of keep my head over there, don't I, really? So it adds an ambience. And if you are using an essential oil, then we know that the essential oils, we know how they work, okay? So they work by being inhaled. They activate your limbic system and the olfactory system. So it can really help with memories. It can feel like very positive, and it can change the way that you're feeling emotionally as well. So essential oils can be part of your service if you want clients to come in and feel positive. Or perhaps, and we all have these, perhaps you've got a client that comes in and is notoriously negative, a bit of a dark cloud, a bit of a moaner, nothing's ever good enough. It's always, you know, shit life syndrome, all that kind of stuff. You might want to do a little bit of kind of sneaky and put on optimism, okay, which actually will help to stimulate and lift mood. So you can actually kind of bespoke your treatment ambience, your treatment space to your client's needs and to your needs as well as you're working, because we all know that we don't want to take on other people's emotions, negative or positive necessarily. We want to stay quite neutral, quite happy in our jobs, and we get to meet a lot of people. We get to hear a lot of stuff, and we want to try to protect ourselves from taking too much on board. Okay, so essential oils in a diffuser is another way to kind of work with the brand in your treatment studio. They obviously don't come in the kit. You get some oils in the bigger kit. But they are something that you can look towards introducing into your treatment space or into your salon, okay? And of course, people might go, what is that? Or what does that smell? And there goes your conversation for, oh, it's a Neal diffuser. I'm actually using Optimism today, or I'm actually using Distress today, or I'm actually using Calm today, or I'm using Geranium, you know, whatever the case may be. And you can have a conversation because it's been triggered by your client, because you have those things in place, okay? You can also use, and I used to do this on my treatment couch more so, you can also use the Neal Remedies room sprays. Now, these are fantastic. They're incredibly concentrated. And remember, they are natural and they are organic. So they're nice and safe and nice and good and healthy for us to be able to use, okay? They're not full of synthetics, rubbish and chemicals. So nice and safe in a treatment area. Now, how I used to use those was complementary to my diffuser. So my diffuser would be on with a couple of, drops of oil in, or like I say, just normal water. And then when my clients due, my treatment couch used to be just up there. I used to spray the room spray just above the treatment couch so it would land. So number one, the room was suddenly filled with this burst of calming or burst of balancing, and sometimes uplifting, because it used to come in uplifting as well. And you'd get this amazing fragrance. So as soon as I opened the door to let the client in, it'd be, God, it smells gorgeous in here. So that's the first kind of effect, which also starts the selling process, okay? Then obviously they get onto the couch, they lay on the couch. So their clothes, or they're going to experience a deeper sense of fragrance because they're laying down on the couch where potentially some of the fragrance has landed. And also that means that when they get up and go, potentially it will be on their clothing if they've still got their clothing on when they get home. So that continuity of kind of experience can continue all the way to them getting home, to be quite honest with you. So that's another product that you can have in your treatment room, in your nail area, and where you do your manicures, your pedicures, what have you, and really helps to add to the overall experience. And if you think about this, you have a beauty therapist or nail tech with no products to retail in the room, no ambience, no fragrance, no nothing, versus, okay, a beauty therapist or nail tech that is using beautiful skincare, that has some kind of a display retail-wise. The room is filled with fragrance and the client's experiencing a really nice, relaxing atmosphere. Can you see the difference? Can you see the leveling up? Because it does happen. It is literally like that, okay? Now, there's lots and lots of hand creams that we sell, and we have all different varieties for different needs. So again, over time, it could be something that you bring into the collection, that you maybe alternate and use different hand creams for different clients. So you might have somebody that, or you might actually have a treatment in your manicure that is anti-aging. So you might have like a paraffin wax treatment, or you want to bespoke it to be an anti-aging hand treatment versus a non-paraffin wax or a non-anti-aging manicure, okay? So you might want to have two on the go. One for somebody that's not into anti-aging, doesn't need it. One for somebody that actually wants some really anti-aging results, okay? So you can start to grow your price list, your portfolio, your treatment portfolio, okay? Whereas you might have done one manicure for all. No. We up level, okay? We create different manicure signatures for different clients because no two clients are the same. So if you are looking at a manicure from an anti-aging perspective, not just a normal nourishing, then you'd be looking at the Frankincense Intense hand cream, okay? And then you can obviously charge more for that. And if you added in a paraffin wax treatment or something like that, then you boost your income even more so. So there's a really fantastic way that you can utilize the different products to give yourself more options, more signature treatments, rather than I just do a manicure and this is the price and everyone gets the same, okay? So you can be bespoke your treatments. We also do have a really good product, which is an arnica balm. Now, I used to use this a lot in reflexology, okay? But you can also use it in a manicure and you can use it in a pedicure if you are bespoking for a specific concern. So if you've got a client that you know that has arthritis in her wrist or in her knuckles, maybe she's a little bit older and she comes regularly for manicures, you can say to her, listen, I can see that your arthritis is really bothering you today. I have a beautiful product which is called Arnica. It's really good for aches and pains, joint stiffness. Would you like me to use that on you? It's really, really nourishing. Would you like me to use that on you today rather than a hand cream? And we can really kind of work around your joints when I do your hand massage. The likelihood is she's going to go, yes, please. And then you use a different product. And actually that is fantastic for exactly what I've said. And again, then if you've used and introduced that product and you have it on retail, it's something that potentially your client might say, oh, actually, can I get one of these? Can I use it at home? Is it good for me to use at home? Yeah, of course it is. And totally affordable too. We also have a variety of hand washes. So it might be like for me, when I used to do a manicure, I used to have a really nice bowl of hot water, some sponges. I used to fill the bowl with something that smelt nice from the Neal's Yard range. It could be a bath soak, it could be a shower gel, it could be a hand wash, okay? Depending what literally I had at hand, excuse the pun. But if you squirted a little bit of hand wash in your bowl, so you got your nice froth, when you're washing your client's hands and removing any exfoliator, for example, you've got, again, another experience of using the hand wash, the aroma. So another product to have on your nail bar and on your retail area to then potentially retail, and they can have that at home in their downstairs cloakroom or in their bathroom or in their private ensuite if they don't want anyone else to get their hands on it, okay? So we have a lot of hand washes and they can be used in that way. Another way you can use your hand wash is if you have a separate WC or bathroom that your clients go into, then obviously makes total sense that you have the hand wash and the hand lotion on the basin for them to experience, them to use, okay? And it's another way that you can up level your business and have it really kind of branded and themed using decent stuff, okay? But it's obviously also a sales tactic as well, because when somebody likes it, sees it, uses it, tries it, smells it, they fall in love, and then there is a need and a desire, okay? Another little product that is fantastic, and again, I used to do this with my clients, is if you were making somebody a cup of tea, you could offer one of our herbal teas, okay? And we actually do have a variety. Be sure to check the right one. You don't want to be sending them home with a sleepy one when they've got to drive or anything like that. But a herbal tea, if they're sitting and waiting or they're having 10 minutes while their polish is drying, a herbal tea is another fantastic way as a nail tech beauty therapist to introduce another product in the Neal's Yard range to your client. We do also have some other products that I also use to integrate into my manicures and pedicures. So into my pedicures a little bit more, when their feet are in soak, if you've got them in a foot bath or what have you, a scoop of the bath salts, okay, fantastic. Arnica is great for the achy, kind of tired feet. Again, you can use the shower gels and the bath foams as well. Again, use the ones that you feel fit for you. The client experiences the aromas yet again, and therefore it's something, again, potentially you can stock, display on your trolley, and they can potentially purchase. There is also some body polishes that we have, which again I used to use on my manicures and on my pedicures, okay? So the body polishes are all about your exfoliation, and obviously if you're doing a manicure, you exfoliate. If you're doing a pedicure, you exfoliate, okay? So again, it's another product that you can use, they can experience, they can get the essence and the aromas and enjoy the experience from it, and you can display, you can stock, you can sell. So we also have a couple of specific products. We have a foot balm, which is comfrey and mallow, which is really good if you are doing a nice foot massage on somebody and they have just got really tired, achy feet. That's another really good product to use. And again, it might be something that they might want to use at home. We also have a citrus hand softener, which is a little bit of an up level from the hand lotions. And that is for your clients that have really dry, cracked skin. So, you know, weathered skin that gets chapped quite quickly. It's more intense, but we also have that. And again, if you use it, they experience it. It's on your trolley, it could be on a display, and it could be ready for sale as well. So as a nail tech, are you now seeing the potential that you have to use and to retail? Now, you know, we all know that, you know, as working therapists of some description, we get the treatments booked in, we take the money, and a proportion of that money comes to us, and the rest of it obviously goes back into the business to pay for the bills and costs and stuff like that. So we know that it's so important that we earn the right amount of money. And I know myself that when I rebranded with Neal Remedies, I was able to up level my prices. And if you are doing manicures at £15, number one, doesn't matter what you're using, that's too cheap, okay? If you're doing manicures at like 25 quid, you can still up level when you bring in Neal, okay? Because it's exclusive, it's prestige. Not every salon will have this by a long shot, okay? It's an experience, not just a treatment. It works on a holistic level, not just on a physical level, okay? So you can really up level and price up your own treatments by having Neal, but you also can have some element of commission coming back to you with sales. So definitely think about it as an income stream generator, but this is where the magic happens. When you take on Neal Remedies and people start to know you work with Neal Remedies and that you have the products within your treatments, that you use the products as signature treatments, okay? People that are not already clients will come to you because you use Neal. So you can actually drive more business to you that you didn't have before simply by utilizing the Neal brand. So you can bring business to you. So that's a real magic little bit of information for you. The clients that you have who have normally paid £25 for a manicure, you could charge them 30, 35, 40, whatever. So you can start earning more money from them. But then also the magic happens when they start to buy the home care too. So this is what I'm saying as far as up leveling your business, stepping into that prestige level where you're actually kind of really taking care of your clients' overall experience, okay? Looking after all of the levels of service, the ambience, the comfort, the overall experience within the treatment studio, not just the treatment, and making yourself quite elite, okay, and giving yourself a much more kind of prestige reputation. So you will really find that people start to come to you more and more and more. You receive more referrals, you receive more new clients to you because of your using Neal Remedies. So I wish you lots of luck. I hope that's helped. And obviously, like I said, this is for nail techs, but it's also for beauty therapists. And I will do more videos that will relate to other treatment portfolios as well. Thank you for watching.